In support of the amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My amendment seeks to ensure that before we auction any spectrum, our country's cabinet secretaries have received sufficient cybersecurity training consistent with our government's established security protocols, including on the use of commercial messaging apps like Signal and Telemessage for official purposes. 2 weeks ago, we had a subcommittee hearing on one of the worst hacks in U.S. history. Salt Typhoon, a Chinese state-sponsored hacking group, breached the networks of at least 9 American telecommunications companies. These hackers stole Americans' call records and targeted audio and text from high-profile individuals, including people tied to the Trump administration. Communications networks are the backbone of modern life, which makes them ripe targets for attack. Salt Typhoon should have been a wake-up call. They and other advanced cyber attackers remain an active threat to Americans and our national security. Yet the Trump administration is busy learning the wrong lessons, slashing our cyber defenses and turning a blind eye to its own senior officials' cyber malpractice. As one of his earliest acts in office, President Trump fired the Cyber Safety Review Board, cutting the investigation into Salt Typhoon off at its knees. At last month's hearing, the former director of the Cyber Threat Intelligence Integration Center confirmed that cutting off the Salt Typhoon investigation this early shortchanges our national security by limiting our ability to get a full picture from the intelligence community, law enforcement, and the victim networks of how to improve our defenses. My Republican colleagues like to talk tough about protecting America against foreign adversaries, but talk is cheap. They refuse to hold this administration accountable for compromising classified government information that, in the wrong hands, could put American lives in danger. President Trump has already weakened the United States' ability to respond to and prepare for attacks on our critical infrastructure. His administration is taking a wrecking ball to our federal cyber workforce, including plans to slash the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Agency, or CISA, by nearly 40%. And President Trump's latest budget proposal would continue this carnage by cutting CISA's funding by nearly $500 million. This is not about trimming the fat, but about crippling America's capability to defend against malicious cyber actors. And to make matters worse, President Trump continues to stand by senior officials who broke security protocol. President Trump is defending the indefensible, rallying behind the blunders of his Secretary of Defense, who has engaged in repeated security failures, including leaking classified war plans to his wife and brother over an unsecured Signal chat and reusing compromised passwords. Likewise, until a couple of weeks ago, the president was standing blindly by his national security advisor and continues to stand by countless other senior officials who use Signal and personal Gmail accounts to conduct sensitive government business. These are not people who inspire confidence that they will follow even basic cybersecurity practices, much less guard our country's most sensitive secrets. And it's not just embarrassing, it's dangerous. The world is watching. Bad actors are ready to take advantage of this administration's gross incompetence. Rather than calling out this administration's security failures, my Republican colleagues are sitting here today, trying to strip Americans of the health care and take away the ability of our states to ensure the safe use of artificial intelligence. Our nation's security depends on our top leaders, but the Trump administration seems to be woefully ignorant of basic security protocols. It's time for the Trump administration to get its house in order and get serious about protecting our communications infrastructure. For all these reasons, I urge my colleagues to vote for this common sense amendment. With that, I yield back the balance of my time.